Have you ever felt like you're shouting, but no one is really listening? You're trying so hard to be heard, to prove your point, to get what you want, but it feels like you're just making more and more noise? What if I told you the secret to getting everything you've ever wanted isn't about being louder? It's about being quieter. Imagine a small, quiet seed. It doesn't scream to become a giant tree, does it? It just stays silent in the earth and grows. Today, we're going to discover how you can do the same. We'll explore the incredible truth that when you stay silent, you will get everything in life. This isn't about being weak. It's about discovering a hidden strength you never knew you had. Let me tell you a story about a young man named Leo. Leo was a talented carpenter, but he lived in a village full of noisy, boastful craftsmen. They would shout from their workshops, bragging about their skills, showing off every piece of furniture they made. Leo, on the other hand, was quiet. He worked in a small workshop at the edge of the village. He didn't shout, he didn't boast, he just focused on his work, his hands moving with a silent, steady rhythm. The other carpenters would often mock him. "Look at silent Leo," they'd say. "His hammer is louder than his voice. He'll never make a name for himself." Leo heard them, but he never replied. He just kept working, pouring his heart into the wood. He believed that the wood itself would speak for his skill. He understood the true power of patience comes from within, not from the noise you make. One day, the king's messenger arrived in the village. The king needed a master craftsman to build a special cradle for his firstborn child. It had to be a work of art, a symbol of peace and strength. All the noisy carpenters rushed forward, each one shouting about why they were the best. They presented their fanciest, loudest designs. The messenger looked overwhelmed by the chaos. Then he noticed Leo's quiet workshop. He walked over and saw Leo polishing a small, simple wooden bird. The craftsmanship was perfect. Every line was smooth, every curve was graceful. The messenger didn't need to hear a sales pitch. The work spoke for itself. He felt a sense of peace and quiet just by looking at it. He asked Leo, "All the others make so much noise. Why are you so quiet?" Leo looked up and smiled gently. He said, "A deep river flows with very little sound. It is the shallow streams that are loud. My work is my voice." The messenger was deeply impressed. He took Leo to the king. In the grand hall, all the court members were debating loudly. Leo stood there, calm and silent, holding the little wooden bird. The king, a wise man, noticed Leo's calm confidence. He asked him the same question. "Why are you so silent when your future is on the line?" Leo replied, "Your Majesty, I believe that what we are is more important than what we say. My hands have spent years learning the language of wood. If I am worthy, this small bird will speak more truthfully than my own voice ever could." The king was moved. He saw the wisdom in Leo's words. He understood that true strength isn't in shouting. It's in the depth of your character and the quality of your work. This was a man who understood the importance of silence. Leo was given the royal task. He worked in his small, quiet workshop, and when he was done, he had created the most beautiful cradle the kingdom had ever seen. He became the most respected craftsman in the land. The other carpenters, with all their noise, were forgotten. Leo got everything he ever wanted: respect, success, and fulfillment, not by shouting for it, but by embracing the power of his own silence.
Isn't Leo's story amazing? It's a powerful reminder that in a world that's constantly getting louder, there is an incredible strength in being quiet. Let's break down why silence is power. First, silence builds respect and makes your words valuable. Think about it. Who do you respect more? The person who is always talking, interrupting, and giving their opinion on everything? Or the person who listens carefully and only speaks when they have something truly meaningful to say? When you talk less, people lean in to listen when you do speak. Your words become like rare gems. If you're always talking, your words are like common stones. They're everywhere, so they lose their value. The loudest person in the room is often the one who is the most insecure. They're trying to use noise to prove their worth. But a person who is secure and confident doesn't need to. Their quiet presence is enough. This is the unseen power behind remaining silent. Second, silence protects your relationships. Words are like arrows. Once you shoot them, you can never take them back. How many times have we, in a moment of anger, said something hurtful to someone we love? We didn't mean it, but the damage was done. The relationship gets a scar. In those heated moments, if you just choose silence, you give yourself a gift. The gift of not having to apologize later. The gift of protecting the people you care about from unnecessary pain. This is one of the greatest benefits of being silent. Silence in an argument doesn't mean you are weak or that you've lost. It means you value the relationship more than your ego. It shows maturity and self-control. Third, silence helps you hear and learn. You don't learn anything when you're talking, you're just repeating what you already know. Growth comes from listening. When you are silent, you open yourself up to the world. You start to notice things you never saw before. You hear what people are really saying, not just their words. A wise person once told me, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak." In business, in friendships, in life, the person who listens more always has the advantage. They understand people better, they see opportunities that others miss, and they grow much faster. This is truly the power of silence, why shutting up is good for you. Fourth, silence brings you clarity and inner peace. Our minds are like a glass of water. When you shake it, the water gets muddy and you can't see through it. That's what happens when our minds are filled with constant noise, worry, overthinking, and endless chatter. We feel confused and stressed. We can't make good decisions. But when you sit in solitude and silence, the mud begins to settle. The water becomes clear again. Suddenly, the answers you were looking for start to appear. You can hear your own heart, your own intuition. This is why silence is important. It's not just about being quiet on the outside, it's about finding that peace and quiet on the inside. This is the path to becoming calm and finding true inspiration. Finally, silence attracts everything to you. This is the most magical part. When you stop chasing things, success, respect, love, and instead become calm, centered, and silent, those things start coming to you. It's like Leo in our story. He didn't run after the king. His silent, dedicated work brought the king to him. When you are silent, you radiate a quiet confidence. People are naturally drawn to that. They trust you more. They see you as powerful and wise. Opportunities find their way to you because you're not desperately shouting for them. You are a calm force, and the universe responds to that.
That is why they say, if you stay silent and everything will come naturally. It's a life-changing story that you can live every single day. So, my friends, the next time you feel the need to be loud, to argue, to prove yourself, I want you to remember Leo. Remember the deep, quiet river. Remember that your strength is not in your noise, but in your stillness. Understanding why silence is power can truly change your life.
I hope this has brought some value to you today. The journey to mastering your mindset is a beautiful one, and silence is one of your most powerful tools. If this message resonated with you, please give this video a like. It really helps more people find this wisdom. And if you want to continue exploring the power of your own mind, make sure to subscribe to my channel, Mindset Matters. We're building a community of people dedicated to growing stronger from the inside out. Thank you for being here. Stay calm, stay silent, and watch how your world transforms.